welcome and Merry Christmas. I'm Martin Andrews. Over the next 5 weeks, we'll be exploring the cultural life of one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So champagne in hand, let's celebrate the festive period and the magical Russian winter in Saint Petersburg, the Venice of the North. Like its waterbound sisters, Amsterdam and Venice, St. Petersburg is built on a network of canals and rivers that are still the lifeblood of the city, with over 300 bridges, dozens of islands, and canal to every street corner. It's easy to see why they call it Venice of the North.
The Russian soul comes into its own during winter. Snow-dusted onion domes, twinkling lights, and a soft white blanket covers the ground.
It's absolutely gorgeous at Christmas. When the snow fell last night, we were able to walk and look out at the various cathedrals, and the snowfall on the ground with the domes of the cathedrals in the background was just magnificent.
So don't be afraid of the cold, wrap up warm and enjoy the amazing winter festivities.
There are dozens of Christmas-themed activities you can enjoy here in St. Petersburg. For example, you can visit one of the many outdoor Christmas markets. I love it. Great.
I personally love souvenirs, and the shops and stalls here will satisfy any Christmas shopaholics.
Very nice. Now, Russia doesn't celebrate Christmas on December the 25th, as the Russian Orthodox Church uses the Julian calendar, which is 13 days behind the Gregorian one. This means that Russian Christmas falls on January the 7th, and with the old New Year, as it's called, on January the 13th, it's almost a month-long celebration.
This outside ice bar is located on one of the city's main streets, Nevsky Prospect, and it's a wonderful example of how locals embrace the winter. This frozen art will warm up the heart of any art lover.
Okay, I'll put the Santa hat away. When the Bolsheviks gained power in 1917, they banned the open expression of religion and Christmas. This meant that the main celebration was moved to the 31st, and that's why Russians call their decorated pine trees that were only allowed after 1935 New Year trees instead of Christmas.
For most Russians today, New Year is the main celebration. It fuses together Soviet traditions with pre-revolutionary rituals. And when it comes to Christmas shopping, okay, in late December it might get cold outside after a while. So let's head indoors.
And if you want to spend some money on gifts, souvenirs, Christmas decorations or presents, then Bolshoi Gostiny Dvor on Nevsky Prospect is the place. You should come.
The cultural life of St. Petersburg is at full pace, with plenty of premieres and parties to fill the long, dark evenings. As you can see, it gets dark here early. And from shopping to festive accommodation, let's meet this week's guest.
This next venue, I'm told, will have you singing Christmas songs as you enjoy your festive food and drink. It's meant to be a wacky, eccentric kind of venue. Let's find out.
The restaurant's name translates to snowstorm. You'll soon see why.
This bar and restaurant is called Perga. It opened 8 years ago, and they celebrate Christmas and New Year's Eve here every single night. The Russian president delivers his countdown speech on the various televisions inside, and the mood here is merry, to say the least.
Merry Christmas!
A carol concert at one of the city's cathedrals, tasty festive cuisine, or a Russian folk dance. You'll be spoilt for choice with exciting activities in late December. They say Moscow is the main party city. I'm beginning to wonder.
Now, even though celebrations should start here much later, Russia is slowly being nurtured and influenced by Western culture. I've seen them put decorations up as early as the beginning of December, any excuse to prolong the holiday and to party. So if you plan to visit St. Petersburg in the future, don't think you have to wait until the new year. You can come earlier and still catch the festive spirit. Father Frost, as the name translates to in English, lives in a mystical, magical land called Veliki Ustik, which actually is a real place in northern Russia. And he still brings gifts to those who've been good. And as he has to travel all over Russia, the largest country in the world, I think he has a pretty tough job. Only do Russians celebrate their Christmas much later on January the 7th, but their Father Christmas or Santa is somewhat different too. Now, he dresses in a choice of either red or blue and comes along with a female sidekick in the name of the snow maiden, Snegurichka. So who do Russian children send their Christmas wish letters to? The answer? Ded Moroz.
The image of Father Frost took its final shape in the USSR. Unlike Santa, Ded Moroz brings his presents at New Year and does not say ho ho ho. Either way, he's adored by millions of Russian children of all ages.
Scattering of light snow on Palace Square at Christmas. I love it.
Walking around the city on a crisp winter evening is the ideal way to finish your day.
And if you come to Russia in the winter, pack your case accordingly. Now, there's only a little bit of snow today, but you'll be surprised how much it can fall. Now, temperatures at the end of December range from +10 to a chilly -25, so make sure that you pack your scarves, gloves, and your winter woolies.
And exercising on Palace Square at night will also keep you warm. Now Santa and his elves know where to come, so if you're in St. Petersburg, have your wish list at the ready.
Back on with the hat. So if you want to understand St. Petersburg properly, you really should come around Christmas time. Okay, the temperatures are low and it gets dark early, but it is a real magical wonderland. Ice skating, festive markets, the glittering Hermitage, Christmas carol concerts, and a visit to a Russian magical palace out of this world. Whether you celebrate Christmas Day on the 25th of December, January the 7th, or not at all, one thing is certain: if you visit the former Russian capital around this time of year, you certainly will not be bored. So gather your friends and family together, celebrate life, eat, drink, and be merry. A Christmas in St. Petersburg is one you will never forget. Well, that's all from me, Martin Andrews from St. Petersburg. I'll see you next week for more cultural antics from Venice of the North. Until then, from me and the rest of the team, bye-bye for now, and Merry Christmas. Cheers.